All right, man, we back, and some Piston rumors out there that the Pistons want to keep Joe Johnson and Christian Wood, but they don't have the roster space to do so, so that means somebody could be on the move. Let's talk about the rumors. Came from the Free Press, Vince Ellis, and I got the article from Clutch Points. You know how I do. I'll link it in the description of the article link. And don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. All the links in the description. Quickest way to get in touch with me is email and Twitter. And other than that, man, just keep sharing the videos. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button if you haven't. And yeah, apparently the Pistons like Wood and they like Joe Johnson. And the narrative or the conventional wisdom was that they were going to cut one. And they want to keep both of them. Christian Wood, athletic guy, ain't watched a lot of preseason, Piston play. I'm not into preseason basketball at all. I've been just watching a little bit, but he athletic. He just going to have to put some weight on his body. And once he puts some weight on his body, I think he'd be a great asset. You know, people saying if they trade Drummond to wherever, he can take over. I don't think he's ready for that yet. Physically, he got to, build up. He came from the G League. He had a rise. Similar to Son Whiteside. I know he hopes he has an inflation in his pocket that Whiteside had when Miami gave him that max contract nice with the Trailblazers. But athletic, a lot of potential. 24 years old out of Long Beach, California. And, if he could develop, some strength and a little bit of a, post game and maybe a little jump shot and, consistently and continue to be a good defender, I think he definitely can fit the Pistons' future plan. Maybe he'd be like a Theo Radcliffe, Ben Wallace type of guy as well. But they only got him listed at 216 pounds, so he got to put some weight on. Joe Johnson, you really just getting Joe Johnson to get you through the rough patches. When you get to the playoffs, then he'd get an opportunity to shine. But you just looking for Joe Johnson. If we going through a situation where we need a bucket or we going through a rough patch, we losing, Joe Johnson, the guy that can give you a little bit of instant offense off that bench. And he bring experience. That's something that lacks on a lot of these young teams in the Eastern Conference. Joe Johnson got real Eastern Conference championship, Western Conference championship experience, and he hit a lot of big shots. So you got Blake hitting big shots, you got Joe Johnson hitting big shots, Derrick Rose hitting big shots, etc. So that's the thing about it. You know what I'm saying? Both of them could be great assets to the team this year. Not getting paid a ton of money. Christian Wood contract become guaranteed sometime in January if he's still on the roster for 1.6, and Joe Johnson make like $2.4 million this year, somewhere around there. But somebody got to go. Either Khyri Thomas or Langston Galloway is going to have to be the odd man out. It may just come down to what team prefers to take on the contract. Now, Langston Galloway can shoot the ball, and shooting is at a premium in this league. Steph Curry really put his imprint on the league with shooting, and one thing we know Galloway can do, he can get his shot off on the pro level. Right now, Khyri Thomas ain't had a ton of pro experience, so Galloway might be the more attractive, even though Thomas is he cheaper, I believe, but Galloway was a guy that was linked to trades all summer. I don't know who would be looking for him, but a team that probably got shooting or needs some more shooting can use him. And I think he's a good shooter. He can defend a little bit, but Khyri Thomas probably, I don't know, because he's cheaper, and he really ain't done nothing in the league yet. So I don't know if people see the potential in Khyri Thomas. Obviously, Bruce Brown has took off in the stratosphere on his own, and he's trending towards, being a guard of the future for the Pistons at some point. But I think Langston Galloway, even though with his contract, being a little bit heavier than Thomas, I think somebody gonna take a chance on him. Maybe like Orlando or maybe Brooklyn. I don't know who else, man, who needs shooting or who can use Galloway, but they're going to try to get one off. I don't know if they're going to waive one of the guys or not, and what will be the financial repercussions for that, but they must like Joe Johnson a hell of a lot more, and Christian Woods a hell of a lot more than Thomas and Galloway. And Galloway been a guy that's been linked to other teams as well, too. So, to be honest, I really like the idea of it. You know what I'm saying? Thomas probably going to spend a ton of time in the G League. Galloway spend a ton of time on the bench. You look at it, you got Tony Snell, you got Derrick Rose, you got Luke Kennard, you got Bruce Brown. You got a lot of guys coming off that bench. You got Sayuko I can't pronounce his name. He probably gonna spend some time in the G League this year as well too. So you got a lot of different guards coming off the bench. You got Maker who could play some wing as well. So really, it's going to be interesting because I don't think Khyri Thomas or Langston Galloway going to log a lot of minutes. And then you got Joe Johnson there as well, too. If they should decide to, if they got rid of Christian Woods and kept Joe Johnson, got rid of Johnson and kept Christian Woods, more of the Johnson scenario, keeping him. Really, I think Khyri Thomas and Langston Galloway is overkill. But I think Galloway is probably going to be the guy that moves just because he's a known commodity in the league. And his proven shooting on this pro level, man, and Thomas hasn't really proved nothing yet, even though he's cheaper. But let me know what you guys think. Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time sports. CJ Goodfellow. We gone.